Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Coach Tim Crossley. I'm a sports performance consultant. Essentially, what I do is I help high school athletes with their college recruiting, with their nutrition, and their speed and agility. Hey, for today, what I'm going to talk to you about is how to create your highlight tape using Hudl. The reason why this is important is because you have to have your highlight tape in order to get recruited. In order for college coaches to take a chance on you, they have to see exactly what you look like and see how you play like, see what your skill set is. And so I'm going to talk to you today about how to create your highlight tape. Because yes, you might know how to do it, but are you doing it the right way? And if you don't know how to do it, I'm going to teach you exactly how to go out there and create your highlight tape. That way you guys can get recruited. Now, the word for today before we get started comes from James chapter 4, verse 10. It says that humble yourself before the Lord and he will lift you up. The reason why this verse is important is because as an athlete, you have to understand how to be humble. Humble is going to be a key part of your journey and your success, because when you're humble, typically what you're going to do is that you're going to accept coaching. When you're humble, you're going to listen to others. When you're humble, you're going to learn from others and try to do everything you possibly can to get better. If you're not being humble, that means that you think that you know it all. And if you know everything, you have no room to grow. So it's very important that along your journey, you learn how to become humble. And like I said, it's going to come from James chapter 4, verse 10. All right. Now, here's how you're going to create your highlight tape. The first thing you need to do, if you don't have it already, you need to go to Hudl and access your Hudl. Now, no matter what sport you play or what high school you go to, your school should have some form of Hudl, all right? And so all Hudl is that it's just a way for your teams to record your games that you're playing, all right? And so every single week, what you're going to do is you're going to go in, you're going to crop your plays. You're going to crop the best plays that you have every single week for your Hudl, okay? This is something that you need to do weekly. This is not something that you want to wait for the season to do. You want to actively be going to your Hudl, clipping your plays and everything like that. And I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to set it up. Because yesterday I talked about sending out your emails to different college coaches, with the main part of it being having your Hudl attached to your email. Well, if you don't have your highlight tape attached to your email, it's going to be hard for you to get recruited because college coaches can't tell if you're actually a good athlete or not. All right, so I'm about to pull up a poll right now. Within the poll, what I want you to tell me is that if you actually know how to create a Hudl in the first place, okay? And so whenever I can figure it out, I'll put it up in a quick second. Right there. All right, so you're going to see a poll being pulled up right now. Typically, essentially what's asking you is, do you know how to create your Hudl highlight tape, all right? So if you do know how to create it, click yes. If you don't, click no. If you kind of do, but you need help, you're going to put that as well, too. So, hey, all I'm going to do is right now, I'm going to give you the best game I possibly can to help you create the best highlight tape that you can, all right? Because, hey, when you create a great highlight tape and you send it to college coaches, this is what's going to help you start to get recruited, all right? Because trust me, you want to go to college for free. You want to get your school paid for it, and don't even get me started with NIL, all right? But that's going to be a different conversation for a different day. I ain't going to talk about NIL today, but what I'm going to talk about is how to create your highlight tape. So, hey, get your pen and paper ready. If you want to pull up a laptop and pull up Hudl, I can walk you through this as well, too. Everything I'm telling you to do, every high school athlete in the country needs to do this, no matter what sport you play. The principle applies to everything, all right? So, hey, first part. And thank y'all who's coming in today. Hope you're having a great day. Again, talking about Hudl highlight tape. All right, so hey, first thing, as soon as you go into your Hudl, what you want to do is you want to go to the library. When you go to the library, all you want to do is that you want to go and you want to start to find all of your best plays within the library, essentially, okay? In order to clip a play and make it a highlight, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to click the start button next to that play. When you click the start button next to those plays, it's going to allow you to make it into a highlight tape, all right? Or depending on if you're like you play volleyball and your game is getting recorded the whole time, that process is a little bit different because now you're going to have to actually clip part of the film, but the rules are the same. All you're going to do is you're going to go to the library, click on whatever game that you played in, and you want to start to find all your best plays and clip all those best plays. That's going to be the very first thing. You're going to clip all of your best plays throughout the whole season, all right? Now, you should be doing this every single week. That way, it won't take you a long time to make your overall entire Hudl highlight. But in this case, if you haven't done that, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to click on library, go down to all your games you played, and start clipping your best plays, okay? Now, after you have clicked and clipped all of your best plays, here's what you're going to do, all right? The first thing that you're going to add to your highlight tape is you're going to add a title slide, all right? And in Hudl, it has it on there on the sidebar. You'll see where it says intro slide or title, whatever it's called. And within the title, you just want to make sure that you have your name, the position you play in the class that you're in. So if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, you want to make sure that you have all these three things. the reason why you want to have your grade level, your name, and your position is so that the college coaches can know who you are, essentially, right? They need to be able to know who you are, what position you play, and what grade level you in. This is going to tell them if they need to bring you into their program or not. This is also going to tell them how long they have before they can bring you into their program, okay? So you want to make sure that you have these first three things into the title slot. But having these three things in the title slot right there, that alone is going to help the introduction. That way they know, okay, I know who this kid is. I know how to identify them on the field as well. And I also can figure out what position in class they're in, okay? And the other thing I forgot is you can also, next to your name, you can put in whatever your number is as well, too. By putting in, like, your number, like, you can put, like, Richard Johnson, number 25, position is guard, class of 2025. Something simple like that. That way, whenever they're watching the highlight tape, they can see exactly who you are, exactly who to watch on film, all right? Now, next thing is that, like I already told you, when you start your best plays, the thing that you don't want to do when you're making your highlight tape, you don't want to just put your plays in order from the first game of the season to the last game of the season. You don't want to do that. The reason why you don't want to do that is that that's what makes your highlight tape boring. That's what's not helping you guys get recruited like the way that you want to, or making college coaches really invest into you, right? Here's why. At the end of the day, how busy do you think college coaches really are? Like, really sit there and ask yourself, do you think college coaches are busy, or do you think they have all this free time in the world? Okay? I'm gonna give you about 10 seconds. Just think about that in your brain. How busy do you think college coaches are? Really think about that. All right. So you should know and understand that college coaches are already busy, right? They have to game plan for their week. They got to take care of the kids that's already up there at their program. Then on top of that, now they got to start recruiting. So you think they got all the time in the world just to waste it on watching all these highlight tapes? No, they don't. Hey, what's up, Cam? Hey, but what they do have time for is if they see the highlight tape and it pops out in the first 30 seconds, now they got you. Now they can invest in you, right? But that only makes sense if you put your best plays first to your worst plays. Now remember, you're going to put all your top plays, but you want to put the most explosive plays first, all right? Especially based upon like the position that you play. So like if you play DN, right, I'm gonna put when I got some sacks, some strip sacks. If I play volleyball, I want to put like if I'm doing jump serves or if I'm going up there blocking the ball or diving on the ground to hit balls. If I play guard or center, I want to put like big time shots, big time crossovers that I do. If I'm a track athlete, same thing can apply, right? Or a baseball athlete, you want to put all of your best plays at the very beginning to make your video stand out. Like, remember, dog, it's a highlight tape, right? So like, think about it like this. If you're a football athlete, you should know that the best highlight tape ever known to man is the Tavon Austin highlight tape. You should know that if you're a football athlete. You should know that, right? And the thing that makes the Tavon Austin highlight tape stand out, or the Anthony Thomas, whichever one you like, the moment that you click on the highlight tape, it turns into a movie. And that's exactly what you want to think of your highlight tape being, right? You want to think of your highlight tape as a movie. And if I can't enjoy that movie within the first 10 seconds, I'm not going to watch it. It's the same thing with your highlight tape. If a college coach can't cut on your highlight tape and really just love and enjoy that highlight tape, they're not going to watch it. If they ain't watching it, you ain't getting recruited, all right? So the next thing is that you want to make sure that within the first 10 seconds of your highlight tape, it stands out. It's catching everybody's attention. It's live. It's a movie. It's like, oh my gosh, like we got to get this kid here, okay? So within the first 10 seconds of your highlight tape, make it a movie, make it something special. Put the best play that you possibly can first and just keep stacking it on just like that, all right? Now, so keep that in mind. So you might want to start writing down what your best highlight plays is. That way you know how to go into order to next highlights, next highlights, next highlight, okay? Now, the next thing is, after you put all of your best highlight tapes in order, to make your highlight tape stand out, you can add some music in there as well too. Just if you want to. Doesn't mean that music is going to make your highlight tape the be all, know all. It's not that. It just gives it a little flair to it. But the main thing is how you play on the field, okay? And then you want to make sure that you highlight your strengths. So, again, every athlete is not the same. Some receivers are better at doing certain things. Some basketball players are doing certain things. Some volleyball players can do certain things, right? You want to highlight what your strengths and skills are. So if you're a smaller guard, right, but you're a 3-and-D guard, you can shoot the lights out and you play phenomenal defense, I want to highlight the fact that I can play phenomenal defense and shoot the lights out, all right? I want to highlight those things, right? If I'm a baseball player and I'm a power hitter, I want to put all the home runs I have on there, okay? If I'm a volleyball player and I'm great at doing jump serves, I want to have those on there first. If I'm a wide receiver, right, but I might be a taller wide receiver and I can go high point the ball, I want to put those head tops on my highlight tape first, all right? Whatever your best play is, depending on what you can actually do with your skill set, that's what you want to do. Because with the highlight tape, you're just selling yourself and your skill set to those different college coaches, okay? So that's what you want to have at the very beginning of your highlight tape, all right? Now, when you get to the outro slide, the main thing with the outro slide is it's just a form of communication between you and the coach. So after you get done making the highlight tape, at the end, you can put your email and phone number right on the last slide. So then that way they know exactly who to talk to, who to get in contact with, and so that everybody knows exactly how to find you, all right? Like, because if you go out here and you make this amazing highlight tape, because here's the other thing too, I'm going to talk about making your social media tomorrow. You can take the highlight tape that you made on Huddle. What's up, baby? You can take that highlight tape that you made on Huddle, and you can post that same highlight tape on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. You can post your highlight tape every single place, and guess what? At the end of your highlight tape, it's going to say how to get in contact with you, right? And that's the end. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to talk about how to use social media to your advantage to help you get recruited as well too. But that's how you can use your highlight tape. And at the end, by putting your contact information in your highlight tape and you start to send those things out, people know how to find you. And it's going to make it easier for you to start to get recruited that way as well too. All right. Now, key things to keep in mind whenever you're making your highlight tape. Make sure, again, I can't stress it enough, you have to have your best plays first. Your highlight tape has to make sense. Like, don't put plays in your highlight tape that are not going to be a good reflection of who you are as an athlete. Like, your whole goal within your highlight tape is, can I win the first 30 seconds? If you can win the first 30 seconds of the highlight tape to keep that college coach's attention, you probably have just won that school, all right? Because that's what the whole goal is. The whole goal is to create your highlight tape so that you can start to send this out to different college coaches so that that coach can take your highlight tape and go take it to their head coach and tell their coach, hey, we need to get this kid in our program because this kid can change our program in the future that we have, the direction that we're going to. All right? So you want to make sure that you can win the first 30 seconds of your highlight tape. Your highlight tape does not have to be long. It doesn't have to be a 5, 15, 20-minute highlight tape. It doesn't have to be that long, okay? You can make a 5-minute highlight tape. You can make a 2-minute highlight tape, right? As long as you're able to showcase your skill and your talent within the time of that highlight tape, you're good to go. Now, the good thing is that if you do end up making like a 2-minute highlight tape, which might be for social media purposes, right? Now you can start to make more highlight tapes so that way you can start sending out more film as well too. Okay, so and then I can talk about different types of highlight tapes you can make based upon the length, based upon like how you want to use it and things like that. But the main thing is that whenever you're making your highlight tape, you probably gonna get about 30 seconds. And the better player that you are, the more that college coach is going to want to see from you. Okay, the highlight tape is just to get you into the door, to make that college coach interested in you, to make them want to get you and learn more about you. All right, that's what the purpose of the highlight tape is. Okay. And so you want to make sure that you follow all these steps, follow all these rules and guidelines, because when you follow these things, it's going to help you be able to go out there and help you start getting recruited. Now, here's the thing. You do not want to wait for your high school coach to make your highlight tape. At the end of the day, y'all 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Y'all are young adults. You should be able to make your highlight tape. Now, go ask for help if you need help, right? Ask for guidance from your high school coaches. But don't wait on your high school coaches to help you make your highlight tape. You need to take the initiative. If you want to go play at the college level, you got to take the initiative to go get your highlight tape created. Like, there is no excuse why every athlete that plays high school sports shouldn't have a highlight tape every single year that you play. Like, you need to have, it doesn't matter if you're on freshman, JV, varsity, no matter what it is, you have to have a highlight tape every single year. Like, I think Saquon Barkley talked about how he ended up getting recruited by college schools based on his JV tape. So, like, that should tell you right there. Now, obviously, that's Saquon Barkley. Most people ain't going to be Saquon Barkley, but I'm just telling you that if Saquon Barkley can get recruited based upon his JV tape, that means if you're also that good, like, you don't have to be as good as him, but if you're a good athlete, you can get recruited too. All right? So you want to make sure that you're starting to take your highlight tape every single year that you're playing whatever that sport is and showcasing the ability and skills that you have. All right? So, hey, that's pretty much everything I got for the highlight tape. Hey, if y'all have any questions, y'all can start typing them in there, and I can address certain things for your highlight tape so that way you can figure out how to actually do it, okay? Because your highlight tape is going to be your money maker, all right? Because literally what's in your highlight tape, you're gonna use that for your emails. It's gonna be for your social media, for your branding, like everything. Especially like with y'all now, y'all got NIL and everything. Like you can get paid $50,000, $3 million, or whatever. Like depending on how good you are. Like so, your highlight tape is like you really want to invest and make sure that looks the correct way that it needs to be. Okay, so make sure that you really take your highlight tape serious. And like I said, if you have any questions about anything, you can pop them in there right now, and I can answer any questions I got about how to make your highlight tape and what it needs to look like. Okay, but yeah, hey, I can take a screenshot of this right here. Again, this is just the format. And I'm doing this every day. Like the whole goal is I'm just gonna give you a quick little nugget here or there, explain how you're gonna do it, why you need to do it, and I'm just gonna give you the setup of how to go through it, all right? Like this is free game. Literally, like your highlight tape can turn it from you making a 5-minute video to now you playing on Saturdays at a big time school, going to that school for free and getting a free education while playing the sport that you love. Like it's so you want to make sure that you start to follow these rules and guidelines, because this is what's going to help you separate yourself from the pack, right? Because if you're a freshman in high school and you're starting to send out emails and you're starting to send out your highlight tapes, you can start getting recruited, right? Depending on what school it is and how talented you are as an athlete, okay? So if you have any questions about how to make your highlight tape, what it needs to look like, the setup process, or if you need to have certain things, go ahead and let me know. Hey, what's up with you, man? Yeah, like I said, if you got any questions about the highlight tape, y'all can start typing it now, and then like I said, I can answer those questions to help you create your highlight tape, okay? Because you want to make sure that you don't mess this up. You do not, trust me, the worst thing you can do is send a trash highlight tape to coaches. You will not get recruited. You will not. So you want to make sure that you create a good highlight tape and make sure that you have the right things in there. You format it the right way so that it's not boring, so it doesn't look like everybody else's highlight tape, because 90% of highlight tapes look the exact same. They go from week to week. They just show certain plays. They might have some good plays, they might have some bad plays, but it doesn't pop up on the screen when you first see the highlight. So you want to make sure that you create your highlight tape like a movie, make it to where it's a big time production, put in a lot of effort into it, ask for guidance along the way, right? And then I promise you, if you do that, it's going to make your highlight tape pop off the screen to a lot of other coaches. And then that way it's going to be stand out from a lot of other athletes, all right? So, hey, if you have any questions about how to make your highlight tape, you can type it in the chat right now, and I'll help you out with that, okay? Like, this is something easy, all right? It ain't hard to do. It might take you about an hour or so if you really put the effort in trying to make the highlight tape the right way, right? But if you do it how you're supposed to do it, you can use this one highlight tape, and this highlight tape can help you save literally $50,000 a year, because that's how much it's probably going to cost for you to go to a big-time school, if that, right? Depending on what type of school you want to go to. All right, so you want to make sure that you follow these rules. And if you're a parent, you have to talk to your kids about these things, because 9 times out of 10, they don't know, and they just think that their coaches are going to do it for them. That's not the case. Like, they need to know how to create their highlight tape. They need to know their huddle login. They need to know how to access all these things, right? I'll make a different video about how to watch film the right way to help them be able to make more plays. I'll make different videos about that too. But as a parent, it's very important to help your children understand how to make the highlight tape and why the highlight tape is important. Like, if you want to save $50,000 in your pocket, I would make sure my child knows how to make a highlight tape, especially if they want to go play a sport at the college level. I don't know about y'all, but my people didn't have $50,000 to send me and my brothers to school for college. So we had to get it out the mud. So, I mean, if you're serious about helping your child, right, go play at the collegiate level, the highlight tape is one of the most foundational skills that they need to know how to create to showcase their talent and just who they are, all right? But yeah, so hey, I'm going to leave y'all with that today. I'm going to come on live tomorrow, and I'm going to just talk about more different things such as social media branding, how to create your profile, and how to set those things up as well too. You can share this out to a lot of different people, a lot of different athletes and parents who have athletes, okay? Because especially with the new NIL things and everything that's going on, you want to know these things. Not saying that your child's going to get NIL, but if they have the opportunity to get it, they need to know how to set up their social media and how to brand themselves. Because when they can brand themselves, they help them get more opportunities, okay? But other than that, man, thank y'all for tuning in for the live for today. Again, it was about highlight tapes, specifically huddle. And I can't forget, the word for today was James chapter 4, verse 10. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up. All right? Remember, if you want to be a great athlete, you have to learn how to be humble. I didn't say that. If you want to learn how to become a great person, you got to learn how to be humble. I didn't say that. God said that. It's in the Bible right here, James chapter 4, verse 10. All right? I'm just telling you what the Lord said. That's it. So if you want to be a great athlete, a part of that as a fundamental skill, Learn how to be humble. When you're humble, you can take coaching. You can learn from your coaches. You can learn from others. And trust me, when you're always learning as an athlete, that's going to help you separate yourself as you start to go up different levels, all right? So, hey, make sure that you follow these rules right here to create your highlight tape. Take a screenshot if you need to. I'm going to come on here live with y'all again tomorrow, talk about social media branding and how to set up your social media account. If you like these things, you can go ahead and fill out my form so I can talk to you one-on-one to set up your stuff as well, too. So, hey, I'm going to let y'all give y'all 10 seconds, take a quick screenshot, and I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow.